Bridgerton season 4 part 1 came out a few days ago, and of course I watched all 4 1-hour episodes and took some detailed notes, so let's go through them. Literally my unedited thoughts. I was just scribbling notes down the whole time. You can even ask my sister, so let's get into it. And I do want to preface this, nothing against anybody involved in Bridgerton season 4. No shame at all. This is just no hate, no nothing. This is just my own thoughts. Just want to throw it out there too. First, can we just take a moment for the costume design and set design of season 4 of Bridgerton? Like, all of it, period, stunning. I need Violet Bridgerton's wardrobe ASAP. Like, every outfit she walked on, I said to my sister, I need that. It's not just even her, like their outfits were stunning. Going off of that, one thing I did put was how much did the Queen's hat and hair weigh at the ball? Like the amount of weight that must have just put on her head, like how was she holding her head up? I don't know. I literally actually wrote that down because I was like, girl, that must have weighed a ton. But that's that. Also with makeup and hair, both. The makeup was a little bit off par on some of the people, but the hair was always stunning. Like, I need them to come do my hair on the regular. So very happy with that. And again, the set design for all of it, especially the ball, stunning, loved it. I loved how they were able to do like the flower decor without making it too overwhelming. Like there was a lot of flowers, but it wasn't also cringe, so many flowers, what I thought was well done. I really liked how they kept it old fashioned with the dance cards, because I think that was a cool touch they put in like the books too, is, you know, like the dance card, because that's what they did at the time. So I thought that was really cool. Sophie's acting when she first entered the ball, I should say Yuri's acting when she first entered the ball as Sophie, was really, really good. That got me a chuckle, like when she was like confused about like the dance card and everything, because obviously she's never been to a ball before. So I thought that was really cool. I was a little confused at first because they just kind of threw Sophie in as a character without introducing her at all. And if I wouldn't have had the books, I would have been very, very confused. But I also knew who played her, so I knew who that was, and I also knew the book. So there's that. So I was kind of a little hesitant on the fact that they waited to like episode 2 to kind of dive into how she even got to that point of being at the ball with Benedict. With that, I do really like their meeting during the ball. The only thing I didn't like was, one of my favorite parts of like that book was when like Sophie was like, I don't know how to dance, and Benedict was like, I'll teach you. And she's like embarrassed, and he's like, we can do it on the private terrace. And she's like, what do you know about the private terrace? And they didn't do that, and it left me needing right in the chest, man. But I digress. I do really love the family dynamic they have again of the Bridgerton family. It is really well how they can gripe at each other, but they love each other. Like they jokingly love I just love the dynamic that they really bring to life. The Bridgerton family I envisioned when I read all the books, and I just truly love it. They truly did a fantastic job of picking out the cast for like the show, but especially this season. Very, very well. It felt like they were them, these characters. Like they did stunning. And even though they switched things up, which I didn't like, some things from the book that were a little bit different, the acting was still on par. And so the one thing I didn't like was the drawing that Benedict does of Sophie after the ball, trying to like get that out, was stunning. I don't know if he actually drew that. Probably not, but whoever did, y'all fantastic. There were a few things though that were different from the book that I didn't really like, because like one, obviously in the book they don't know who Lady Whistledown is yet, because Colin's story happens after Benedict's in the book order. So he didn't go to Penelope saying, hey, what's the Lady Whistledown, please tell me what's up, if you can help me. He noticed the initials in the glove and went to his mom first. Like when they went to my cottage, that was one big thing. We'll get into that. So when they went to my cottage, He didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay. He went to the lake to make himself sicker, to stay longer. Like, he didn't want to leave, but like Benedict in the show wanted to leave right away. Something my sister was like confused about. She's like, it didn't seem like they really built a relationship while they were at my cottage. And I'm like, that's because they kind of didn't show all the in-between things that you get in the book. Like, they spent hours and hours and hours together while Benedict was in bed, spending time together and growing a relationship. But we don't see that. So I kind of wish there was a montage showing that and building that a bit more than just like the kite scene. One thing that really just kind of irked me was the rescuing scene where Benedict rescues Sophie and that leads them to my cottage. That was not how it happened in the book, and to me it was anticlimactic and just rushed. I didn't vibe that scene. That was probably my biggest pet peeve. Again, no hate or shame to anybody. That was probably my biggest pet peeve, was that scene I was so looking forward to, and it just didn't deliver, to me personally. Araminta, one, I didn't realize that the actress who played Cho Chang in Harry Potter would be Araminting the crap out of that, would be Araminta, like, and she brought it. The sweet Cho Chang brought the evil stepmother to life. 10 out of 10. Like, she, whew. Also really love the maiden servant that help Sophie get to the ball. They're just so cute. I just love that relationship that the three of them had together. I really liked the shaving scene where Colin and Benedict were watching their younger brother get shaved for the first time. That was really cool because Gregory came back from Eden, which is really cool. Honestly, the only biggest thing that really took me away is how different it is from the book. If the book hadn't existed, I would have 10 out of 10 thought this was the most incredible thing in my whole life. But because I have the book, the rating isn't as high to say. One thing I do want to address is I see a lot of hate online for Benedict because the season part 1 ended with him asking her to be his mistress. And they're like, how could you do that, Benedict? And I want to be the devil's advocate here and say, one, in that time period, that was very normal for men to do. They even addressed it in the scene where Colin, Benedict, and 2 of their friends were having drinks. Even addressing that Anthony, their older brother, the Viscount, had a mistress, and that most of the men in the room had a mistress. And in the book, even Sophie acknowledges in her head, and I believe even out loud to Benedict, like, I know this is logical for him to do this because it's like the normal thing in society for him to ask me to be this, but she just couldn't, because of her past, say yes. So it isn't Benedict just being disgusting. It is Benedict just being, honestly, a byproduct of a society, because that's just what was normal back then. Truly a fantastic season. I would say one of my favorite scenes would be the Penelope, Eloise, and Benedict scene where he's asking Penelope for help to find this mystery lady. That one, I cracked up laughing. I truly adore this season. Well, this first part of the season. I'm excited to see what they do with the second part of the season, because even though it is different from the book, I am trying to be objective and say this is the show. So I am excited to see where it goes. Let me know your thoughts in the comment. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.